your next speaker, Baruch Sadegorski, head of DevRel at Gradle.
Hey, thank you. Just need to find my clicker. Here it is, perfect. And I think we're ready to go. All we miss is the slides, maybe. Yeah, so I'm stepping in for Jeremy, who was supposed to be here, kicking off this developer marketing and DevRel afternoon lunch. He unfortunately got COVID, so you'll have to do with me. It's the best they could find on a short notice, I would say. So I'm going to talk to you about developers, how developers are the rainmakers. Now, this phrase, developers are the rainmakers, was said by my the ex-boss, Shlomo Ben-Haim, the CEO of JFrog, on a NASDAQ stage on their very successful 6 billion IPO. And what he meant by that is that success of JFrog is done thanks to the developers. I spent in JFrog as the Chief Sticker Officer 11 years, and we started to do DevRel back then before it even had a name. And from there, kind of is in history. And now I'm a head of DevRel at a company called Gradle that you all know and love, thanks to our amazing developer relations activities and our amazing products. And I also advise to startups for developer relations, on developer relations. So this is why I'm here. The most important slide of this talk is this one. If you go to speaking.jbaruch, you will find there the slides already there, the video I'm recording. And to make it easier for you to remember where to go, it's in the bottom of every slide together with hashtags DevRel, obviously, and Developer Week. So yeah, you go there, you find the slides and the video. This is my California disclaimer. This is from an amazing book called The Culture Map by Irene Meyer that I highly recommend to everybody to read, especially when you deal with people from different cultures, and you do. The most emotionally expressive and confrontational people are from Israel and Russia. I managed to be from both. So yeah, expect nasty stuff. Yeah. I hear that a lot. Does my company need developer relations? If it's really a thing, is it mandatory? Do we really need it? We have the normal functions, we have the sales, we have the marketing. Let's talk about marketing. This is marketing funnel, classic, Kotler, awareness, discovery, evaluation, intent, purchase, and loyalty. How does a classical marketing does it? Awareness, that will be your ads. If you're in California, even billboards, everything else, like online ads. Webinars, that's your discovery, like people want to learn more, you invite them to the webinar, they watch and they're kind of impressed. And then evaluation, they went to your webinar, they left your email, you're going to bombard them with, hey, this is our great company, sign up. And then when they do something that kind of implies that they might have some interest, then your sales call kick in, right? And you start calling them, hey, you were in a webinar, do you want to buy our software and all this kind of stuff. And then purchase, which is calls and emails, negotiating contract, this is fine. And loyalty, well, support session. Something doesn't work, let's jump on a support session and do support. Right, this is how a classical software company marketing works. Now, does it work? Well, not really. Developers distrust traditional marketing. I mean, developers will go to the extent of when they need to share a URL to delete a UTM from your URL. Why? There is no real reason. I mean, who cares that the UTM is there? The link is still operational, and deleting it takes an effort. So why would they do it? Because developers distrust traditional marketing. How about ad blocks? Ad blocks. Your origin and what's not. Built into every software right now, every browser, everything. They actively fight you when you want to try to do traditional marketing. Now, not only that they kind of, oh, well, they do marketing, we won't buy from them. They actually dislike you for the fact that you try to market them something. The relations between your company that does traditional marketing and the developers exist even if you don't invest anything in developer relations. And everybody impact companies' developer relations. So those marketing people that do something nasty that developers don't like, they do your developer relations. Probably not in the way that you or them intended, but this actually happens. What can we do differently? We can take the same funnel and do it with developer relations in mind. What will developers will appreciate? For awareness, gentle SEO, and technical content. You want your product to be discovered organically, and then you want awesome content, videos, documentation, conference talks, social media that will tell the story about your product without being pushy or nasty. Discovery, same but more. Deeper content, different content, instead of just, hey, this is what we do, this is how we do it kind of stuff. Evaluation, still technical content. Now, people want to learn how, if the tool will work for them, let's give them something that will show them that it will. Intent, even more technical content, even deeper technical content. Purchase calls and emails, that's fine, contract negotiation. And then loyalty, well, you know it, technical content. You want people to figure out what doesn't work and do the right thing. So basically, DevRel is a marketing funnel? Well, yes, but actually no. Because it's much more. What else developer relations can do? Let's look at a product design process. Ask, ideate, plan, create, assess. Ideate, you're just guessing. Instead of asking. And then ideate, you reinforce your biases. You decided that this is the feature that product that people want. You will convince yourself that it was a great idea. And then assess if people use it or if they use it directly. You probably guess again. So product has a really hard time predicting the right features because people don't know what they want. And the product knows that people don't want what they want, so don't even ask, they just guess. How can we do it right? We can actually ask the developers. We can ask the developers what they want. We can ask the developers how they want it. And then you can ask the developers if they actually use what we give them, what they love about it, and what they hate about it. Again, communication with developers. Let's look at a headhunting funnel. Attract, convert, engage, track, close, delight. How this is done? Attract, ads. Convert, LinkedIn spam. Engage, emails. Track, calls. Close, well, contract negotiation, calls and emails. And then delight, well, meetings. Like, how do you like to love in your company? This kind of stuff. Well, first of all, it's the same slide as marketing funnel because, you know, it's just the product is different. It's now people, but the marketing is marketing anyway. And as developers hate your traditional marketing, they also hate your traditional recruiting. Developers hate cold calls and messages. Now, developers are very crafty in the way they know that they are cold calls and emails. So this is me getting messages about, hey, do you want to come and work for us? Now, how do I know that this is a cold message, automated message, and not a person behind it? Because they didn't use my first name. There is a stupid top hat over there instead of my first name. How that happened? Well, I was crafty because I hate cold emails. So in my LinkedIn, my first name is the top hat, and my last name is Baruch Sadogurski. So when they do their stupid automation that should replace the first name with my first name, it gets replaced with the top hat, and I know this is not a real human on the other side. I won't even bother to reply. Because we hate cold calls. How do we do it right? Well, by now you already know. Attract, networking, you actually talk to people, to real people. Convert, networking, you have an even better relationship with them. Engage, no, networking. Track, still networking. Contracts, calls and emails. delight developer relations. Internal, you really care about your developers and you want for them to feel good in your code. Who else developer relations can help? How about R&D teams? R&D teams feel unappreciated in a lot of companies because their impact is not very well shown. No one knows what they actually do because usually sales take all the credit, right? Who are the people who bring money to companies? Sales. Well, this is bullshit. Sales need to product to sell, and product is done by R&D. R&D are the people who actually do something in the company, but it's not very visible. Developer relations can make it visible. Developer relations can make the effort that R&D does to the front stage, literally to the stage. We can talk about the innovation, technical innovation that happens in our company from the stage and empower the R&D so they will be truly delighted, going back to the retention of recruitment, going back to how do we make sure that developers are happy. One of the ways is doing really that, right? So I guess my point is developer relations is a function in your organization that helps almost every organization, other organization in the company. Marketing, we spoke about it, product, obviously, and HR, those are the three more obvious ones, but also R&D, and I just mentioned, how about support? We want to lessen the load on support. For that, we need users that know how to use our product. Instead of having a support session, how about we provide them with content that they will give them the answers to the questions that they want. It helps the load, lesser the load on support. And you know what, sales? Well, yes, it's the smallest of them all here on the screen, but you know what sales really, really love? Warm takeovers. And who has the networking? Developer relations. When I can introduce my salespeople to the other people that I know, it makes all the difference comparing to a cold call. So yeah, developer relations helps almost everybody in the organization, and that's the right way to run marketing, HR, and product at least. Now, there is one thing that can set up your company to a success when you try to do the DevRel motion or to failure. And that would be, does your product ready to do developer relations? If you have a product that is only built with top-down motion of sales in mind, and the way you sell it is your CEO plays golf with other CEOs and they sign the contract, and then there is an army of consultants that work on an implementation project for a year, your DevRel is kind of doomed. No one is going to love this kind of tool. So how do we build a tool that not only will support developer relations, but will also benefit from it? That's another of my ex-bosses, Adam Frankel, and he is a developer marketing advisor at large. And he has a saying, magic should be free. And magic should be free is a product statement. It means that what makes your product magical, you should give it for free to the developers. Now you might ask, but where is the money? We're there to make a profit. How do we make money if we get the magic away for free? Basically this. Give away what excites and then somehow make money. Now, what you need to give away and what excites is also usually what creates chaos in organizations, what disrupts. You have a tool that every developer want to use. And every team in the organization went ahead and started using. The next thing you know, the governance of those organizations will contact you and will be ready to pay any amount of money to get them under control. Governance, security, corporate policies enforcement, the most boring things that might be also most trivial to implement is where the 6-digit contracts are. This is a very difficult pill to swallow. You give away the exciter, which is personal, free, and exciting, and this is very hard, especially if you are a founder who had this idea, because this is the essence of the product. This is what makes it unique. This is what disrupts the market. This is what you are passionate about, and this is what keeps you up at night. And Baruch and Adam come and tell you that you need to give it for free. This is very hard to do, but this is the right way. You give away what's exciting, then you start to make money, because we're in 2024, and if you don't show profit, you won't survive, by introducing the team collaboration version. And the team collaboration version will be the discretionary budget that the team has, and they're gonna buy your subscription for $2,000 a year, or like $150 a month. When they do that, they improve your collaboration, but they also create the house that you want. There are 5 different teams in the organization that use this tool, and the corporate team have no idea about it. And then they learn about it, and they're like, oh, shit, we need to do something about it. What are your enterprise offering? Well, we can give you the enterprise policies, security, compliance, and what's not for 6 figures a year. And this is how you get them. So basically, the last question is, the exciter, should it be open source? And yes, everybody loves great open source project, especially when it comes to developer tools and developers. But how about our open source is so awesome that no one wants the commercial spin? And you can think about at least 2 very successful open source projects that their business is so-so because no one actually needs what the commercial spin offers. The open source is absolutely great. So this is something that you need to keep in mind when you think about this, what you give for free and what you give for money. And with that, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can find me at jbaruch everywhere, and I am at jbaruch, the email, and obviously go to speaking.jbaruch for the slides and the video that I will publish later today. Thank you very much. All right, I just need to turn it off.